The swirling rumors and allegations surrounding Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and Sean Diddy Combs have ignited off a firestorm of controversy, speculation, and social media frenzy. At the center of the storm is Kanye West's explosive claim that Kim Kardashian, his ex-wife, was allegedly involved in a sinister web of illicit activities tied to Diddy, with her family, particularly her mother, Kris Jenner, implicated in a scandal that involves everything from shady church dealings to exploitation and cover-ups. These claims, which have spread like wildfire across platforms like X and TikTok, paint a disturbing picture of the Kardashian empire, accusing them of leveraging their fame and influence for nefarious purposes. While much of this remains in the realm of allegation, the details are shocking, and the public's reaction has been a mix of disbelief, outrage, and morbid curiosity. Let's dive into this tangled mess, piece together the claims, and examine what's fueling this saga. The saga begins with Kanye West, never one to shy away from controversy, taking to social media to air his grievances about Kim Kardashian and her alleged ties to Diddy. According to Kanye, Kim and her family have been entangled in Diddy's orbit for years, participating in activities that go far beyond the glitz and glamour of their reality TV empire. Kanye's accusations are as bold as they are inflammatory. He claims Kim was a key player in Diddy's illicit operations, acting as a drug mule and facilitating activities tied to Diddy's notorious freak-off parties. These gatherings, which have come under intense scrutiny following Diddy's legal troubles, are alleged to have involved exploitation, coercion, and illegal activities, with Kim purportedly at the heart of it. Kanye's decision to speak out, however, seems to have been triggered by personal grievances. Sources suggest he only began exposing Kim's alleged involvement after their marriage unraveled and their divorce turned contentious. The couple's split was already a media spectacle, but Kanye's claims have escalated the drama to new heights. He alleges that Kim's involvement with Diddy wasn't just a side hustle, it was a core part of the Kardashian family's business model, orchestrated by Kris Jenner, whom Kanye accuses of masterminding a scheme to profit off Diddy's misdeeds. According to Kanye, Kris even set up a church, the California Community Church, as a front to launder money and pay off Diddy's victims under the guise of charitable donations. The church angle is where things get particularly murky. Kanye claims that Kris Jenner's California Community Church, which reportedly required members, including Kim and her sisters, to pay a $1,000 monthly membership fee and donate 10% of their earnings, was a front for something far more sinister. Allegedly, the church served as a financial pipeline, funneling money from Diddy to silence his victims. This wasn't just a tax write-off scheme, as some initially suspected, but a full-blown operation to cover up allegations of misconduct tied to Diddy's parties. The church's board reportedly included Lou Taylor, a powerful Hollywood business manager who also happens to manage Diddy through her company, TriStar Sports and Entertainment. Taylor's involvement raises eyebrows, given her history of being linked to controversial conservatorships, including Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan's. The allegations about the church don't stop there. A TikTok user known as BB the Songwriter went viral with a video that corroborated Kanye's claims, alleging that Kris Jenner's church was a hub for shady financial dealings. According to BB, Lou Taylor and her husband, who were deeply involved in the church, were using it as a slush fund to pay off Diddy's victims, disguising the payments as donations to women and children. The timing of certain events adds fuel to the fire. Just 24 hours before a raid on Diddy's properties, Kim Kardashian unfollowed him on social media, a move that many interpreted as an attempt to distance herself from the scandal. Whether this was a coincidence or a calculated move remains unclear, but it's only deepened the speculation. Kanye's accusations don't end with the church. He's also made disturbing claims about Kim's intentions for their children, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm. According to Kanye, Kim planned to exploit their kids, particularly North, by grooming them for the same illicit activities that he alleges Kim and her family are involved in. He's expressed particular concern about North's appearances in music videos and public events, accusing Kim of dressing her inappropriately and exposing her to adult environments. Kanye's tweets on the matter were raw and emotional, with one stating, "The grandmother signed for the tape. I am 100% convinced that my children are in a ring." He also called out artist FKA Twigs for featuring North in a video, accusing her of contributing to the exploitation of his daughter. These claims about the children have struck a nerve, especially in light of a controversial Balenciaga campaign that Kim was involved in. The campaign, which featured young children dressed in BDSM-inspired outfits, surrounded by suggestive props like wine glasses, duct tape, and a teddy bear with a bruised eye, sparked widespread outrage. Critics argued that the imagery was inappropriate and exploitative, with some drawing parallels to the kind of depravity alleged at Diddy's parties. Kim's response, or lack thereof, only fanned the flames. When pressed to address the controversy, she issued a vague statement that failed to condemn Balenciaga and continued working with the brand, leading many to question her judgment and motives. Kanye, for his part, pointed to the campaign as evidence of Kim's willingness to roll in the dirt with those who exploit children, tweeting, "The Kardashians are workers, and they all of the black children they strategically produce." The Balenciaga scandal isn't the only piece of evidence that's resurfaced to bolster Kanye's claims. Old footage from Keeping Up with the Kardashians has gone viral, showing Khloe Kardashian describing a wild party she attended with Diddy, Justin Bieber, and Diddy's stepson Quincy. Khloe casually admitted that the party was a freak-off, with half the attendees naked and engaging in behavior that she described as far from typical Hollywood soirees. The clip, combined with leaked photos from Diddy's infamous white parties, has added credibility to the allegations. In one particularly damning photo, Kim is seen posing on a large bed alongside Diddy and Paris Hilton, a bed that sources claim was the centerpiece of the alleged group activities at these events. Other images show explicit behavior at the parties, including Diddy pouring champagne on women and members of his entourage engaging in intimate acts in plain view. The allegations take an even darker turn, with claims that Diddy's parties involved coerced participants, some of whom were allegedly subjected to illegal activities and forced into grueling conditions. According to legal documents tied to Diddy's case, some women were brought into the country under false pretenses and subjected to exploitation, including multiple rounds of IVF to sustain their participation in these events. While Kim hasn't been formally charged, Kanye and others have suggested that her close ties to Diddy make her complicit. The lack of arrests, according to sources, is due to insufficient physical evidence, but the police are reportedly building a case. Kanye's claims about Kim and Diddy also touch on a broader conspiracy, an alleged plot to silence him. He's accused Kim and Diddy of trying to have him placed under a conservatorship, similar to Britney Spears, by painting him as mentally unstable. Kanye claims that during his marriage to Kim, he was prescribed excessive amounts of lithium, which he believes was an attempt to discredit him and neutralize his ability to speak out. He's drawn parallels to Spears' experience, noting that she too was heavily medicated and controlled by those around her, including Lou Taylor, who was involved in her conservatorship. Kanye's refusal to take the medication, he says, is what allowed him to escape a similar fate and expose the truth. The Britney Spears connection adds another layer of intrigue. Spears has publicly spoken about her conservatorship, accusing her family and management of using medication to manipulate her and silence her in court. Kanye's reference to her case has led some to wonder if the Kardashian-Diddy-Taylor nexus extends to other Hollywood stars. Lou Taylor's name keeps popping up in these scandals, from her alleged involvement in Lindsay Lohan's attempted conservatorship to her role in managing Diddy and the California Community Church. Critics argue that her influence in Hollywood makes her a linchpin in this alleged network of exploitation and cover-ups. Public reaction to the scandal has been polarized. Some dismiss Kanye's claims as the rantings of a bitter ex-husband, pointing to his history of erratic behavior and controversial statements, like his recent jab at Beyoncé's children. Others, however, believe there's truth to his accusations, citing the Balenciaga campaign, the church's shady finances, and the resurfaced party footage as evidence. Social media is abuzz with theories, with users like BB the songwriter amplifying the allegations and digging into the connections between Kim, Diddy, and Lou Taylor. One ex-user summed up the sentiment: Kim had a young Justin Bieber do a photo shoot with her when he was only 15, all due to Diddy. The Kardashian shows should be terminated, and they should be placed in prison.